An ode to capitalism. Broken systems of capitalist consuming, profit today, devastation is looming. Flatten forests, build up towers, commodify the world to drive market powers. Nature we exchange, buy and sell, cutting trees to make profits swell. Oil flare, another economic scare, but profit won't matter when we're choking on air.
Of land and water systematically displaces individuals such as the Kwak members of the Broughton Archipelago as they mourn their once bountiful and healthy clam harvests and lose their relationship with territory, identity, and community. Atlantic salmon farm fishing in BC began in the 1970s. Enclosures of foreign and disease-carrying salmon now drive a competitive global industry located on First Nations land. This has largely taken place without Indigenous consent and has impacted fish and shellfish through the spread of disease.
Water commodification is also significant for the Site C hydroelectric dam in the northeast BC, which is currently in the beginning stages of construction. If completed, the dam will flood 100 kilometers of the Peace River Valley, disrupting critical animal habitats, risking contamination of fish and soils, and destroying important farmland. The project is being built on land covered by Treaty 8 without the consent of the Denizah people, and risks dispossessing the local nations from the right to hunt, trap, fish, and protect their traditional ceremonial grounds. While energy produced will be exported and used across BC, the burden will be placed on local communities who hold relationships with the land.
Also within land covered by Treaty 8 are the Alberta tar sands used to produce oil. They use mass amounts of water and energy, causing high levels of greenhouse gases as a result. Local biological and cultural diversity is lost by pollutants, manipulation of river paths, and deforestation of the boreal forest and peatlands. Toxic wastewater from tar sands create tailing ponds, which spread over 170 square kilometers and can be seen from space. Monitoring programs are paid for by the Alberta government and oil industry and are criticized for conducting minimal research that maintains the idea that tar sand processes are not causing harm. Despite this, communities are affected by mutated fish and increasing rates of illness, including cancers. Blue water, essential for life, has become brown.
This culture, based on consumerism and dualistic relationships with the environment, is not the only option. We need to work towards protecting the land with practices based on community, self-reflection, and meaningful prioritization of different Indigenous researches and approaches. This is not a new idea. Many communities around the world maintain different relationships with the environment based on mutual responsibility, respect, and stewardship. In the process of resource extraction and industrial development, the voices and worldviews of those communities are often ignored by decision makers. In the case of aquaculture in BC, the Site C Dam, and the Alberta tar sands, Indigenous communities have not given their consent for development on their land. Yet the government has continued to support these projects.
As members of a local environmental and global community, we must engage in these movements and reflect on our daily actions that impact the natural world. Reducing our own consumptive habits, taking part in protests, and sharing knowledge and stories about both destructive practices and positive change-making can all begin to modify the capitalist culture that we currently maintain. There is a continuous relationship between humans, the natural world, and energy that needs to be shown through mutual respect, sharing, and life cycles.
These are just a few examples, but there are many other creative ways that we can all begin to reconnect with nature. Thank you.